Okay, so talking about trinkets, I wanted to do something on stream today and also make a video out of it, of course, like I did the other day. But I also want to get a little bit of your input on it. Trinkets. Because I've made a tier list. Or at least I want to be making a tier list with you guys. So I uploaded all the images right there. And we can now make a tier list. So I want to know your opinion. What's the best trinket? What's the worst trinket? What do you like using? What do you don't like using? So yeah, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna start it off with the fact that we have a couple of blue ones right here, right? These are the blue versions. All of those are going in the D tier. These are only good in like the first 2-3 weeks of season 2. These should not be used anymore after season 2. These are just extra experience you're getting, trash you're getting if you're pulling them. Then there is the Eagle Shield. And we of course have two versions of the Eagle Shield. We have the purple version, which I think, in my opinion, should be A tier. And if we're talking about a gold version, upgradable, which is the only trinket, in my opinion, which is worth upgrading, I would even put it in S tier. Then we have the Tyrant's Hand. I think that's a very good one to have. I would not recommend upgrading them. If you pull enough conches, you get a spyglass. The spyglass and the Tyrant's Hand are exactly the same, but the spyglass has a little more stats. So the only reason I would upgrade any of the other purples would be to then scrap them and then use the stars to upgrade my other ones. But yeah, then we have the life funnel, which I personally don't like at all. There's no real reason to upgrade my healing effect on a ship. It's only my healing effect on a ship. Oh, I switched those around. Then we have the crossbow. The crossbow at least is a little more unique. So I putting him there. But then we have the purple version, keep in mind the purple version of Tanaka's Trinket, which I think is exactly the same as the crossbow, so that's why I'm putting them there. The only thing other is, it's another image, but it does the same, the stats are the same, everything's the same. So then we go to the next one, which is the spyglass. The spyglass, I would say, is A tier. And if you guys disagree with me or anything, let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments. But if you guys disagree or want to change anything, you say the crossbow should be B tier. Blazing and drowning damage. And then we had blazing and drowning damage. And then we have only blazing damage. So yeah, it's not the same, you're right, it's not the same. With the fact that there's more blazing heroes in the game now, it's a little better than Tanaka's Trinket. But because Tanaka's Trinket only upgrades blazing damage, that upgrades blazing and drowning damage. So I don't disagree with you, Daniel. Good call, good shout. Especially with the new drowning heroes, with the new blazing heroes, exactly, you are correct. But then, I wanted to put the bomb in B tier. But are we saying that the bomb then is still B tier? Or do we say the bomb's gonna be A tier? Because it's doing the same thing as the purple. A little better. It triggers once it does blazing attack. And then it does more blazing damage. Bomb is A. Bomb is okay. Yeah, okay, you guys. That's why I said I wanted to put the bomb at a higher than the crossbow for sure. But yeah. Then we have the elixir. And the elixir also does healing. The elixir also does healing, just like the life funnel. So that's not something I like. But what I do like is the rage regeneration that the elixir does to the highest attacking ship with a percentage chance if you do a basic attack. So for that specific thing alone, I would call that A tier. So yeah. So next one, rudder. I don't like the rudder. You guys know this about me. Rudder's S? No. And I might be controversial on this, but the rudder is, in my opinion, the worst legendary. Definitely. It's S for Ahab. Okay, let me explain. Why do I prefer an eagle shield over a rudder? Because the eagle shield, even on a purple version, gives me at max 40 aggro, which this is easy to get, right? Then we're going to the minimum, it gives you 60 aggro. The armor is 20%, and on the max, no, and on the max it's also 20%. So those are the same. So the only thing you're adding to it is a little better stats, and then damage reduction. But keep in mind that it can only trigger every 10 seconds, and it only lasts for 3. So this aggro of 60, which if you go to the highest, what? Can go up to 120, if you can fully max him out, go up to 120, but it's only there 30% of the time. And if that triggers when your opponent is not attacking, it doesn't do much for you. But when it triggers when your opponent attacks, then it's gonna do more for you, of course. But you have to be lucky, and I personally dislike any defensive abilities of my ships to be time dependent or cooldown limited. So I want to know that all of my defenses work all of the time, because some person could have rage regeneration and then this get all messed up. Another person could have no rage regeneration and then it works. So I want to be just as strong against everyone, and not very strong against one person and very weak against another, because I have no way to cope with their rage regeneration. So that's the reason why I say the golden rudder isn't worse. Yeah, the rudder damage reduction falls mostly outside of rage windows. That is exactly. If you have any form of rage regeneration, those will trigger before the damage reduction of those. So let's go to the next ones. And some of this, I need your help. We've got Ophelia's Withered Rose. How would you guys rate this one? Because I think getting Ophelia with a maxed out legendary trinket is very important. But it doesn't necessarily has to be hers. You can also max out a spyglass. And keep in mind that all of these you're getting pretty easily with Purple Conscious. And all of these you have to pay the gold. You have to pull them from the Gold Conscious. So they're limited availability, harder to get. So keep that in mind when rating. It's a unique version. It complements blazing attacks, drowning attacks. In this case, it does artillery attacks specifically. So yeah, that's unique instead of the other ones. And it does another basic attack, which one other extra basic attack is not gonna give you the world of a difference, right? So let's go to the other one. Griffin gives strategic damage, and when the wielder has the every 10 strategic damage cost, it will increase strategic damage, and the effect can stack up to 5 times. So yeah, the longer the battle lasts, you can get 25% more. It's a must-have for Griffin. So you got multiple of you guys are saying S tier. Okay, I'm gonna trust you. Then the Mice Proclamation definitely needs to be S. There has to be a tier above S for that one to be, right? There should be a tier above right here for that one to be in there. So yeah, that definitely, without any doubt, needs to be in there. Let's go look at it, why it's in there. The Mice Proclamation. If the wielder has the captain tag when the ship's under the wielder's command kills a target, which cutthroat damage focuses on the lowest HP ship, often 200 rage of the ship will be restored instantly. So 1/4 of the needed rage will be done immediately. And if you can go up to max, it's still 200. So that doesn't change. The only thing it does is the ship will gain sharp cutlass bonus, which increases cutthroat damage by 18 to 36% and critical rate. So if you want to have a high critical rate, which is pretty important on a cutthroat ship, yeah, then the Mice Proclamation is good. Triple S tier for sure. Triple S for Bones one. Yeah, I don't have another tier. Can I add a row above SS? No. We're changing it, not this one. We're changing this one to triple S. We're making it this. Right? Changing it live on stream. So yeah. Then we have the next one, which is Adeline. I haven't used him. I'm trying to get him. You just saw I missed out. I'm probably gonna miss out on that one. I want to get that. Definitely. So let's go look at it. Increases drowning damage specifically, so not drowning and blazing. So it works better on a drowning ship specifically than. But if the wielder has the gunner tag, when the ship under the wielder's command deals damage to taking on water ships, an additional drowning damage equal to 27% will be dealt, which can go up to 36 and 45. So yeah, just like Tanaka's doing, those are pretty similar. Increases blazing and then does the attack. Only Tanaka does it pretty much way higher, but only once every 15 times you inflict burning. And she does it every time you do it. Can trigger most every 2 seconds. And this doesn't have a cooldown. So yeah, this one is the Blood Fang. Let's say what you guys are saying. Never used Adeline. I just don't like her. I don't know why. I don't like her because she doesn't seem to want to get to my get to my ship. So it gives her a good boost of her personal damage. But if used with Lester plus Tanaka on a blazing ship, it isn't that great. Might as well keep a spyglass on her, in my opinion, or even elixir, is what Lorenzo is saying. But MD9 is saying an S tier. I think this, with a full drowning ship, which I wanted to get, so with Hamar as a captain, with the amount of taking on water stacks that he pulls, then Titus as a first mate, where he does a pretty significant amount of damage to the highest attack ship in the fleet, not highest HP, highest attack ship, and then puts a couple of taking on water stacks on there, and then add Adeline, which also does drowning damage, but also puts taking on water stacks on that. No, I didn't want to do that. And add on top of there that it can trigger once every 2 seconds. I think then combined with that, it could be a very good S tier one. Just like Griffin, maybe even better than Griffin. I think maybe Griffin should be one somewhere in between right there. But I'm not gonna keep on making more categories. But yeah. Then we have the same for Tanaka, but Tanaka does with 2 good placing heroes in there, and now even a 3rd and a 4th one in there. It was a very good trinket. I've definitely said it should always be in the top one. I've liked it. I've gotten lucky on it in season 2, so I wanted to put in, and that is why I said that definitely. So then we go to Oni's spear, which this is getting boring because the last couple of ones have only been amazing. Tanaka's the top of S tier. Yes. That's why I'm putting him first. I don't know. That is definitely an S. Oh, you guys can get a 4 times S, so we need another category. So we're saying that these are on par. Or even better. Because I know that people who spend a lot of money on the game try to get both of these with multiple versions of that on multiple ships. So because he only does that. Let's go read what he does. The ship under the wielder's command increases critical rate by 18%. And if the wielder has the first mate tag, if there is any wounded ship on the target fleet, it increases the attack by 14% and cutthroat damage by 14%. And wounded means any ship that has below 50% HP, right? So it can go up to 20% and 36% cutthroat damage, which is on par with the Demise Proclamation. So yeah, the crit rate that it gives procs on everything, and then increases the attack of the ship, procs on everything, and then the cutthroat damage is the only thing you're losing if you're not putting him on your cutthroat ship. So yeah, that's the only thing you're losing if you're putting him on a different ship. But then need a tier below D for Wanda. Delete row. We got an L tier, which is just get out of here. Let's put it with the other ones now. Otherwise the tiers don't fit on my screen anymore. You have a purple version of the Wanda trinket, which is exactly the same as the life funnel, which then puts it equal on there. Then it could be a little better than the elixir for the gold version. Wanda in the bin. Yeah, Wanda entirely, or the Wanda trinket. The tooth necklace. If the wearer has the gunner tag, when the ship under the wearer's command gains 10 times the rage restoration effect, the ship will heal at most 5 ships, and the healing effect is 65% of its attack. Which sounded to me like a very good healer. Like, for example, everyone likes Cordelia. Cordelia does 90% something to 5 ships. So yeah, it sounded to me good. But no gold is worse because you need gold shells to get it and it does nothing. Okay, the gold version is worse. I heard it works well on ads. I don't know what you mean with the ads. Oh, Adeline. It works well on Adeline? Rage regeneration. Oh, yeah. Adeline does a lot of rage regeneration, but a very low amount, right? 2 and 4 and 6 on the very low ranks. Let's go look. That would be the only... That could be a very good strat, right? It's this one, yeah. The ship under Adeline's command deals 6% more damage over time. In addition, every time her ship inflicts taking on water, she gains 2 rage. So, if you have a ship... If you have... Well, wait. Thinking of an idea. Her... with Hamar... with him... taking on a lot of taking on water stacks too. Every time when the ship under Hamar's command receives damage, 30% chance to apply 1 stack of taking on water. And then every time that triggers, you also trigger this, which is 1 on the counter. And if you do that 10 times, you can get a heal. Might be an idea, might need testing. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend any gold conches on that for testing. Maybe if someone has it, it could be a good thing. Then we go to the crossbow. No, not the crossbow. To the other bow. Also, there's a purple version of that. That would be on par with the blazing. The purple version. And then we have the gold version, which again requires gold conches to get. I was very excited to go get it. I was excited for the fact that if the wielder has the first mate tag, when the ship under the command launches a basic attack, it will inflict vulnerability to the target. The effect can stack up to 3 times. And vulnerability means it receives 5% more damage of all types in the following 3 seconds. So I thought this was going to be a massive debuffer. And I have not really seen it. I think both the purple and the gold version are going to be in seed there. Purple bow gives legendary upgrade material, same as S5 purple trinket. Really? Recycle. It gives a gold one? Wow. I didn't notice that. I'm questioning if that is on purpose. I don't think that is on purpose. That's good to know. Yeah, I think the purple version just got a good use. Okay, let's go to the next one. Lion's Roar. I think a very good one. At least B or A tier. I don't think it's up there. I think it's a necessity to have if you're building a ship, a scepter that has taunting and mockery. Increases the ship's armor and increases the aggro when the ship has a shield. And I think then, if you're using that ship, Lion's Roars is a necessity because it gives you stacks of shield, which one can expire, so the next one can keep going, right? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right there. That's what I'm saying. It's an A. It should be a little bit between there, in my opinion, but I think it bumps up to A for that. Then we have Cartal Sword. It deals additional cutthroat damage, and when the wielder has the gunner tag, every 6 instances of cutthroat damage dealt with the ship under the wielder's command will apply a hunter mark to the enemy with the lowest remaining HP in the target fleet, and it increases the aggro by 60. So you're making it so other ships are going to attack the lowest HP, lowest remaining HP ship as well. So yeah, that could be a very good thing. I've not actually seen it work a lot because it's very hard to test. It's very hard to see. Aggro is something that's very hard to test anyway. I like the 18% damage increase, can go up to 36% damage increase. I don't think it's that good. So, are we keeping it on par with the Withered Heart? Then we go to the Sarah. The last one we have on the list. I don't have the new ones on the list. If I would have the new ones on the list, that would be another S tier, right? For the gold, for the ring, for X1. But yeah, we have Sarah right there. Let's go look at it. Does more strategic damage, same as Griffin. And if the wielder has the gunner tag, when the ship under the wielder's command deals strategic damage to healthy ships, so only in the beginning of the battle, there's a 42% probability that the ship will launch one more basic attack, and the effect can trigger at most 2 times per second, which is a lot. A cooldown of 1 second is a lot. But I don't have this trinket, so I need to go to people that do. What do you guys think? It's S tier if you run Boa, A if you don't. So it's somewhere in between. That's what Baltzalt is saying. It's better with Molly than with Boa. Why specifically Molly with compared to Boa? Because Molly is doing strategic damage more often. They're pretty similar, right? Molly's doing 5 stacks every 10 seconds, and Boa's doing 6 strategic damage instances every 10 seconds. So Boa's in that case slightly better. But again, Boa's pay only. Molly's free to get if you spend enough conscious. Slideshow, Bat King, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Sorry, forgot my own catchphrase. So yeah, this is then sort of the finished tier list. And then we're gonna have to see when people get to Season X1 how those are gonna add on to this. So are you guys agreeing on this? Is there anything you want me to change? Is there anything you think that should be changed? How are you guys seeing this? Sarah Trinkets is S? Or are you actually saying that it's that good? I'm okay with switching her to the next one, because I've seen Sarah do some insane damage. So thanks for helping me out on this one. Yeah, and I'll probably cut some of these parts out and make a video out of it. It's hard to make a tier list if you have 3 or 4 of the trinkets you don't actually have yourself. So that's why I needed you guys. If you haven't done so already, please leave a like, please leave a sub, please let me know what you think. If you're watching this back, leave a comment. What's your favorite part? If you agree on the tier list or anything else we're doing.